Women are literally built for entrepreneurship. It's no wonder that in the past 4 years, the growth rate of women-owned businesses has outpaced the men-owned businesses' growth rate by 94%. Yes, the past 4 years includes 2020. And that is no coincidence. That's because women are neurologically built a little better to withstand and to have that resilience to adapt to new things. There's a lot of reasons why I make this claim, like how our hippocampus, which is critical to learning and memorization, is larger than a man's, and it works differently. I could literally make a whole video about this, which would be super fun to research. Let me know if you're interested in that. But another reason why I think we're built for entrepreneurship is our menstrual cycles. Yes, I said menstrual cycles. I know some of us don't look forward to our periods, but I'm talking about the whole cycle, and we can actually use this as a tool in our entrepreneurial journey. But first, we have to learn all about it, and I'm gonna teach you that in this video. Just you wait, I'm about to blow your mind. Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? My name is Maricruz. I'm an entrepreneur, engineer, and environmentalist. But in this channel, I am your small business coach. I'm so excited about this topic, and I hope you learn a lot from this video. If you're a menstruating person, please watch to the end. This is very important information, not just if you're a business owner, but in general, as a woman that menstruates, you need to know this information. This is even more important because we live in a masculine world. All of our systems, our institutions are built around the masculine cycle, and that masculine cycle is 24 hours. Our cycle is 28 days at least, and of course it ranges, but it's about a month long. And yet we're expected to go 24/7 just like a non-menstruating person would. So this is not really fair, but if we understand our cycle, then we can use it to our advantage because we actually have 4 different phases to work with. I'm gonna put up a photo that shows the 4 different phases and your whole menstrual cycle actually. I really like using this one because it shows the hormone levels, the 4 most important hormones throughout the cycle and how that changes throughout the cycle. Yes, it looks a little intense, but let me explain. Very quickly, phase 1 is menstruation. We all know that one. This is the bleeding time. Hormones are very low. Energy is very low as well. And this is when you're feeling emotional and fatigued. Phase 2 is the follicular phase. Estrogen is starting to rise. We're getting a little bit more energy and we're feeling energetic, creative, and driven. Now, I know some people have a negative aspect of estrogen. Sometimes it's known as like the female hormone that makes us crazy, but it's actually not. It's actually the one that gives us a little more energy and gives us our feminine qualities and our confidence and all that stuff. So don't hate on estrogen. Phase 3 is ovulation, my fave. This is when all the hormones are peaking. It's when we release an egg, and it's also when we have all the energy in the world. We're feeling playful, sexy, and social. Phase 4 is the luteal phase. Hormones are starting to come down except for progesterone. Progesterone is actually that one hormone that usually leads to PMS. Energy starts to go down and we prepare to menstruate again. So you might be feeling anxiety, a little bit more introverted, and again, those PMS symptoms. So I went through that very quickly, but I hope you're still with me. I promise I'm gonna tie it all back in as to how you can be a boss lady if you understand these phases. But first, let me blow your mind one more time. Have you ever heard people refer to their menstrual cycle as their moon? That's because the lunar cycle directly aligns to the menstrual cycle. It's wild, honestly. Our connection to the moon is kind of crazy. But if you look at the lunar cycle here shown, you can see that day 1 is the new moon. You can think of this as our menstruation time. This is when there is no light. It's also when we're lowest energy. If you look at the full moon, that could be thought of as ovulation, right? About 14 days after our menstruation. And this is when we're full energy, full brightness, just like the moon, which is crazy, right? And you could also have people that are menstruating in the full moon and then ovulating during the new moon, which is totally fine. But the point here is that we are connected to the moon, and we can use this to kind of give a boost to our energy as well as our power during our cycle. Isn't that wild? I think it's wild. Now let me blow your mind one more time. You know how our planet has 4 seasons? So do we. We can call these our inner seasons. So think menstruation is our winter, follicular phase is our spring, ovulation is our summer, and then our luteal phase is the fall. These inner seasons align with your menstrual cycle. So you would have like day 1 through 7, which is your menstruation, be your winter, and so on and so forth. So using these inner seasons, you can schedule yourself for success. As a business owner, especially if you're a solo entrepreneur, you have a diversity in tasks that you have to do on a day-to-day basis and on a monthly basis, right? You could have something really important like a big presentation, or you can have something super mundane like the other day I spent 2 hours stickering samples for Sunmud, right? So understanding these inner seasons and what that means for you, you can schedule certain activities during certain times. Let me give you an example. If you have a very big investor presentation, right? You're going to present your business and you're going to propose a few things to investors. You do not want to schedule this big presentation during your winter or your fall, right? During your fall, you're feeling bloated, you might be gaining weight, so you don't feel as confident. You really don't want to talk to people, right? During your winter, same thing. You're bleeding, you're super low energy, you're fatigued, you're absolutely a mess. So you do not want to schedule a big, important presentation during that time. But let's take a time like your spring or your summer, right? During your spring, that's when all your hormones are raising, right? So you feel really good. You feel confident, you feel driven. Same thing in your summer. You're feeling sexy, you're feeling like taking over the world. That's when you schedule that big presentation. Now, I don't want you thinking here that you're not going to be doing anything during your winter or your fall. That is not true. You just set up different types of activities. So for example, during your fall, you're very creative, right? This is the time to think about new ideas, maybe develop new products if you are a product-based business, a new offering if you're a service-based business, or if you have any creative activities like creating content, right? Any advertising and things like that you have to do, this is the time to do it. Winter is a great time for reflection. As a business owner, you have to be constantly reflecting on what you're doing. Otherwise, you're just on autopilot and not really growing your business. So during your winter time, yes, you will have low energy, but it's a great time to go within and really reflect on the things that you're doing in your business and how to make it better. So this is what I mean when I say that we have a built-in system that will allow you to build the business of your dreams and reflect when we need to. It gives us the energy and the confidence to express ourselves when we need to, and everything is happening within us and without us even thinking about it, really. And I think that's beautiful. Now let's imagine this, right? And maybe even close your eyes for this one. Imagine yourself running a business to its fullest potential without burnout, without stress, and without wearing yourself thin. That's what I want for you. That's what I'm trying to help you do here in Menos Waste, because that's what you deserve and that's what we can achieve as women. You are showing up 100% during your summer. You are doing your creative work when your creative juices are at their max during the fall. You are taking the time to reflect and go within during your winter. And you're using that springtime for networking and building and gaining new partnerships, right? That's what you can have if you start paying a little bit of attention to your menstrual cycle. Doing this, not going against your cycle, right? Not trying to push yourself to do something when your body just physically cannot, but instead working with it. That's when you will become a boss lady. That's when you really will start pushing your business to new heights. I just get so excited about this. I really do. Let me know in the comments if you have any other questions. If you made it this far, maybe even let me know in the comments what phase you think you might be in right now. I am definitely in my spring right now, if you can't tell. But don't forget, I am here for you. I am rooting for you. And until next week, don't forget, Poquito goes a long way. Ciao.